My name is Jessica Ayers, and I am your student's math teacher this year at Apex High School. I am going to, in this presentation, give you a rundown of how my class runs this year, as well as some important information to help your student to be successful in my class. One thing to note is that my email is jgayers@wcpss.net. I try to respond to my emails within 24 hours that are sent during the school day, Monday through Friday. My website can be found at bit.ly/Mrs. Ayers, and that has just an even deeper rundown of my class expectations and more information about who I am and my teaching history. This is my teaching schedule for the fall semester. First period, I teach Foundations of Math 1 with Mrs. Bradford. Second period, I teach Foundations of Math 1 as well. And third period, I have Foundations of Math 2. I will go into more detail later of the difference between Foundations of Math 1 and Foundations of Math 2. Fourth period, I have planning. I have also listed here on this slide the live and non-live times for each course. Later on in this video, I will tell you exactly what we do in each of those timeframes. I am a proud Apex High School graduate and a Seahawk from UNCW as well. I love the beach and it's one of my most favorite places to go. I began my teaching experience at South Johnston High School outside of Benson and am now in my 7th year here at Apex High School. I couldn't be happier to be a Cougar for life, and I can't wait to continue my teaching career here. For my class, the most important thing for students to have is some notebook paper and pencils. It's important that they can show out their work and write out their thinking. They will also need graph paper for some of our units on graphing. I recommend having a folder for organizing their work and highlighters if they want to highlight important information. But other than that, those are the most things that they should have. Access to a calculator is always a plus. There is a free app called Calculator X that, while the entire calculator isn't free, the features that we would need for our class are. I do all of my classroom work through Google Classroom. Everything that they have to do will be assigned daily through Google Classroom. Even though we may use some other platforms for completing work, everything will go through Google Classroom. Each day they should log in, click on the Classwork tab, and find the work that they need to complete. The live meets are also accessed through the Google Classroom with the link on the homepage. It is important that students remember to mark assignments turned in or mark them complete to be considered done. I cannot grade them until they have been marked complete, so it's very important that they upload their work and then mark complete. All work should be submitted with assignments for full credit. It is important to note that some students can mark complete before they have actually completed the assignment. So speak with your students about making sure that they are completing the assignment before they mark it complete so that it shows them what all they need to do. Google Classroom also has a nice feature that has a to-do list for students. So any upcoming dates are listed on the left-hand side of the screen to help them see what is due each day. I have all due dates by the end of the day so that students have plenty of time to complete their assignments during the day. This is a little show of how they should complete or submit their work in Google Classroom. When they're in the Classwork tab, they should click on the assignment tab and then click View Assignment. This opens up the assignment. If there is something that is attached for them, it'll be shown here. If it is a work assignment that they will complete on there, that work is already attached here. If not, they will just click Add or Create, and that will open up a screen to help them to attach their work. Once they've attached their work, they should mark as done so that it can be graded. When they click the Add or Create button, it will open up this list of items for them to upload. They can either create a new document, click to find it in their Google Drive, or use a file upload. But it is important that students make sure to submit work for every assignment that they complete for me. This is the grading scale for all of my classes. Tests are worth 55%, quizzes are worth 35%, and homework classwork is worth 10%. While homework and classwork isn't worth a large percentage of their grades, it does greatly impact their ability to do well on quizzes and tests. So it's important that students continue to do homework and classwork each day so that they can get the practice they need to do well on tests and quizzes. All of my classes, late work is accepted. Work that is assigned on a Tuesday is due on Tuesday. However, if they turn it in by the end of the week, they can still get full credit. After the week that it is due, work turned in can receive a maximum grade of a 60 until the unit test. After the unit test has passed, that homework is no longer accepted. So for instance, if a student had homework assigned on a Tuesday and they were unable to complete it because of work or other extracurricular activities, then they have until the end of the week to get it turned in to receive full credit. If it is a Unit 1 assignment, then they also have until the end of Unit 1 or the Unit 1 test to get a grade of a 60 at the highest for that assignment. After the Unit 1 test, that assignment will no longer be accepted and will stay in PowerSchool as a 0. My remind codes for all of my classes are listed on this slide. Your students should just text the number 81010 with the code of my class in order to join the class. They will then receive all of my reminders, and they can also download the app as well. My daily class schedule is that they will receive or are assigned a lesson video prior to class. They should watch that video and fill in their notes ahead of the class day. This way, when we get to the live time, we can discuss what they should have seen in the video and learned, and then work extra examples, and I can answer any questions that they have. This keeps them from having to fill out their notes during the live time, which can be time consuming, and we only get 40 minutes. It also makes it easier because they're not having to toggle between screens or make sure they're writing fast enough to keep up with the class. We also could do a group activity in live time, or I can clarify any questions they have from the notes. The non-live time, students will be assigned daily practice that goes with the lesson from the live time. I expect students to complete the practice during the non-live time so that they can come back to the Google Meet if they have questions. The lesson video is usually assigned the night before as part of their homework, not earlier in the day. During the non-live time, I stay on the Google Meet. Students are encouraged to stay logged in or log back in if they have questions. This is why I expect that they're working on the practice during the non-live time so they can easily get tutoring and ask questions if they need it. This provides 40 minutes of tutoring every day for students that take advantage of that time. One thing that's important to note before I get to final exams is that the grades that matter are in PowerSchool. Google Classroom and PowerSchool don't necessarily talk to each other, and the grades that are in Google Classroom may not be accurate to what the grade actually is. For instance, Edpuzzle videos are graded, and that grade is recorded in Google Classroom. However, homework is graded on a completion grade. So they would get a 100 for completing the video, no matter what grade they made on that video. I ask that students try their best because that helps me gauge what I need to go over in class. However, they will get a grade of a 100 for completing the video. For my final exams, all of my classes are teacher-made. So Foundations of Math 1 and Foundations of Math 2 are both teacher-made exams, and they will take that in January. There has not been any state legislation that has changed that. So as of right now, we will have teacher-made exams in January. That also means that the final exam will be worth 20% of their final grade, and then each quarter is worth 40% of their grade. This is for Foundations of Math 1 only, first and second period. This is the first half. Foundations of Math 1 is the first half of a year-long course. We will cover the units that are listed on this slide. Students will need to take Math 1B in the spring to earn their Math 1 credit, and they'll take the EOC for Math 1 in June. They will not move on to Math 1B if they do not pass Foundations of Math 1. It is required to have passed Foundations of Math 1 before moving to Math 1B in the spring. First period only is a co-taught class with Ashley Bradford. We both teach together during class, and if you have any questions, you can reach out to either one of us. Mrs. Bradford's email is abradford2@wcpss.net. This is for Foundations of Math 2 only. This is my third period class. This course is not the same as Foundations of Math 1 because it is not a year-long course. Foundations of Math 2 is a precursor preparatory course for Math 2. It will count as a math elective, but not towards the math credits needed to graduate from high school. If students don't pass Foundations of Math 2, they will still go on to Math 2 in the spring. The Math 2 course is the course credit that is necessary for graduation. This course just helps build the skills that they'll need to be successful in Math 2 and just helps give them an idea of what they're going to learn next semester. This year especially, we will be building in some skills that they may have missed in the spring when they were in Math 1B doing remote learning. The units that we'll cover are also listed here. I hope that you found this presentation helpful and that I've answered any questions that you may have. If you have additional questions, feel free to email me at jgayers@wcpss.net and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I've enjoyed getting to know your students for the last couple of weeks, and I'm hoping that we'll have a great rest of this semester. Thank you for attending and watching this video, and have a great evening. Bye.